Whether it's due to experience or success or production, there are a handful of NFL assistants out there who deserve a promotion. As is the case with most careers, NFL head coaches almost always have to start out small. The great Bill Belichick started out as an assistant for the Baltimore Colts back in 1975. Bill Walsh coached for nearly 2 decades, most of them as an assistant before the San Francisco 49ers hired him in 1978. Who knows, maybe the next great NFL head coach is currently working as an assistant on your favorite team. Given the success and impressive resumes of these 10 assistant coaches up to this point, we're confident in projecting that they'll all soon become head coaches in the NFL. And a big shout out to J Finiti Productions for suggesting this video. Eric Bieniemy. It's seriously shocking that Bieniemy remains the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, because he should have a head coaching job by now, you'd think. I mean, look at all these guys who got head coaching jobs because they were the offensive coordinator for a great offense. Josh McDaniels, Joe Philbin, Adam Gase, Sean Payton, Doug Peterson, Matt Nagy, Kyle Shanahan, Arthur Smith, Frank Reich, and on it goes. And yet, here's Bieniemy, the OC for the NFL's most explosive offense possibly ever. And he's still working as an assistant. There's a large debate about how much of a say Bieniemy has in the offense over head coach Andy Reid, but it's hard to deny Bieniemy's role in unlocking Patrick Mahomes' incredible talent. This offense has been a juggernaut ever since he took on the OC role in 2018. We will say this with confidence: Bieniemy will not be the Chiefs' offensive coordinator past the 2022 season. He'll most certainly be hired for a head coaching role by then. Any team with a young, up-and-coming quarterback could really use him. Josh McDaniels. Like Bieniemy, this is a matter of when, not if. Nobody needs to be reminded about McDaniels' flop as the Denver Broncos head coach. He garnered an 11-17 record before getting fired late in the 2010 season. McDaniels was on the verge of becoming the Indianapolis Colts' new head coach in 2018, but he famously backed out at the last minute and opted to stay with the New England Patriots. McDaniels interviewed for head coaching jobs in 2019 and 2020. This included meetings with the Green Bay Packers and Cleveland Browns, but he ultimately decided to stick around as Bill Belichick's OC on both occasions. Although the organization doesn't want to talk publicly about it, there's speculation that McDaniels is being groomed to replace Belichick whenever the latter retires. That's always a possibility, but if Belichick sticks around for another, say, 5 or 10 years, you have to think that McDaniels will go elsewhere. Don't let his struggles with the Broncos fool you. This man is one of the most brilliant offensive minds in the NFL today. At some point, he'll get another well-deserved shot at a head coaching gig. Don Martindale. The Baltimore Ravens organization has quietly been a head coaching factory, if you will. A long list of assistants over the years, like Marvin Lewis, Gary Kubiak, Rex Ryan, Jim Caldwell, and Chuck Pagano, went on to enjoy plenty of success as head coaches. But Don Wink Martindale, who has served as the Ravens defensive coordinator since 2018, surprisingly hasn't garnered much interest in the head coaching market. In fact, he didn't even receive any interview requests in 2021. That's awfully surprising considering that the Ravens finished in the top 3 for scoring defense through Martindale's first 3 years. His blitz-happy defense has suffocated the majority of NFL offenses, and he's helped Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters grow into arguably the league's best cornerback tandem. Brandon Staley, Brian Flores, Robert Saleh, Vic Fangio, Sean McDermott, and Mike Vrabel are among the most recent NFL head coach hirings who previously served as defensive coordinators. Or in Flores' case, he was the defensive play caller. And yet, a seasoned veteran like Martindale continues to wait for his first NFL head coaching gig. He's been an assistant in the NFL since 2004, and he's been at the Ravens since 2012. It's no coincidence that their defense has consistently ranked among the NFL's best in almost every major category since then. So, if any NFL GMs out there are looking for a guy who can help craft a championship caliber defense, we know a guy. Dennis Allen. The former Oakland Raiders head coach was given the New Orleans Saints defensive coordinator role during the 2015 season, after they moved on from Rob Ryan. The defense finished dead last and 31st in scoring in the 2015 and 2016 seasons, respectively. But since 2017, the Saints have been one of the NFL's stingiest groups on that side of the ball, and it's largely thanks to Allen. The Saints finished inside the top half for scoring defense, including the top 10 twice every year from 2017 to 2020. Allen helped Cameron Jordan take his game to a whole new level. Marshawn Lattimore and Marcus Williams have grown into two of the NFL's elite young defensive backs. And if it weren't for Allen's group, the Saints simply don't win 4 straight NFC South Division titles to close out the Drew Brees era. Dan Campbell, who spent 5 seasons as the Saints tight end / assistant head coach from 2016 to 2020, was hired as the new head coach of the Detroit Lions in 2021. Surely Allen is next in line on Sean Payton's staff to earn a head coaching gig, you would think. It didn't work out for him with the Raiders. Then again, how many coaches have actually enjoyed success with that organization over the past 30 years? Allen also seems much more prepared for a head coaching role this time around, having learned from one of the best of his era, Leslie Frazier. Like McDaniels and Allen, Frazier has 1 NFL head coaching tenure on his resume. Unlike those two, however, Frazier actually experienced success. After the firing of Brad Childress, Frazier took over as an interim head coach of the Minnesota Vikings for the final 6 games of the 2010 season. And he did more than enough to retain the position and help Minnesota make a surprise trip to the postseason in 2012. You know, the year Adrian Peterson won NFL MVP. Frazier was fired after a disappointing 2013 campaign, however. He went 21-32-1 as Minnesota's head coach, but he certainly rebuilt his value as the Buffalo Bills defensive coordinator, a position he's held since Sean McDermott took the head coaching role in 2017. Frazier impressed enough that McDermott promoted him to assistant head coach in 2020. After 18 years of pain, the Bills began to turn a corner under McDermott and Frazier. The defense became a force under their guidance as the Bills went on to the postseason in 2017, 2019, and 2020. Yes, that included an AFC East Division title and trip to the AFC Championship game last season. Renowned for his calmness and easygoing ways, Frazier would be a wonderful head coach for a team that, say, went into a period of turmoil and was looking to fix the attitude of their locker room. Think the Lions of the Matt Patricia era, or the New York Jets in the final years of Rex Ryan's tenure. Frazier's football IQ, leadership, and communication skills make him more than suitable for an NFL head coaching role. If the Bills' defense continues to dominate the way it has since 2017, Frazier will eventually find himself back in the head coaching seat. Byron Leftwich. The former NFL quarterback who won a Super Bowl 43 ring as a backup to Ben Roethlisberger has enjoyed a smooth transition to coaching. Leftwich and Bruce Arians have been quite the combo for that Tampa offense. Leftwich, who began working as the Arizona Cardinals quarterback coach under Arians in 2017, became the Tampa Bay Buccaneers OC in 2019 after the latter was hired as their new head coach. Leftwich's resume speaks for itself. He helped Jameis Winston lead the NFL in passing yards in 2019. He helped Chris Godwin go from a little-known product to one of the game's top wideouts. And, he helped some 43-year-old dude named Tom Brady guide the offense to a Super Bowl 55 championship. Sounds pretty good, right? The common trend these days is for teams to hire a young, offensive-minded assistant to become their head coach. Leftwich has had the fortunes of working under the very best in Arians, and you can't overlook his success with both Winston and Brady. Leftwich would be the perfect hire for a team with a young quarterback. Perhaps a club that secures a top 5 draft selection in 2022 will pay close attention to Leftwich, who is destined to land a head coaching position soon. Kellen Moore. Remember what we just said about teams looking at younger coaches with offensive backgrounds? That bodes well for Moore. The former Boise State star quarterback became the Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks coach in 2018. He was promoted to OC in 2019 after the team moved on from Scott Linehan, and Moore has shined in that role. Though the Cowboys missed the playoffs in 2019, they featured the league's #1 offense under Moore, averaging 431.5 yards per game. Dak Prescott had his best season under Moore, and it was enough for Mike McCarthy, who replaced Jason Garrett as Dallas's head coach, to keep him in the OC position. Prescott's numbers continue to improve under Moore, while Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Tony Pollard have all produced nicely in his offense. So yeah, you'll be seeing him in a head coaching position sooner rather than later. Todd Bowles. The performance of Todd Bowles' defense against the high-powered Chiefs offense in Super Bowl 55 alone is enough to earn him head coaching consideration. Seriously, what Bowles' group did that night was nothing short of amazing. Of course, all 7 vacant head coaching positions were filled before the Super Bowl. Yes, Bowles went just 24-40 over 4 seasons as the Jets head coach from 2015 to 2018. but he had such a lack of talent to work with there. Ryan Fitzpatrick was his best quarterback. The front office drafted horribly and wasted so much money in free agency. That's hardly on Bowles. Without his defensive mastermind, the Tampa Bay Bucks don't win the Super Bowl. And let's not forget the success he had as the Arizona Cardinals DC in 2013 and 2014. Aside from his brilliant defensive mind, Bowles is also a renowned players coach. He's super easygoing, laid back, and communicative. That's honestly what you want in a coach these days. We advise Bucks fans to enjoy Bowles while they have him, because the man isn't going to be their defensive coordinator forever. We see a head coaching job elsewhere in his future. Joe Brady. One of the youngest assistant coaches in the game, Brady has already assembled a special resume. The Carolina Panthers offensive coordinator was the Saints offensive assistant in 2017 and 2018 before joining LSU as their passing game coordinator / wide receivers coach. Brady's contributions helped Joe Burrow run away with the Heisman Trophy award. And the Tigers crushed Clemson in the national championship game. Matt Rule took note of Brady's efforts and hired him to serve as Carolina's OC in 2020. Teddy Bridgewater often struggled in Brady's offense, and Christian McCaffrey missed all but 3 games. Still, there were some positives as 4 of Carolina's skill position players recorded more than 1,000 yards of offense. Brady has worked with a Hall of Fame talent in Drew Brees, a future star in Burrow, and now he gets a chance to save Sam Darnold's career following a miserable stint with the Jets. We don't want to make a guarantee or anything, but if Darnold quickly turns his game around under Brady, that might be the icing on the cake and getting the latter his first head coaching job. Brady is one of the absolute best in the business. He has too much creativity to be an assistant forever. Brian Daboll. His resume speaks for itself. Daboll was on the staff of the first 5 New England Patriots championship teams. The first one was as a defensive coordinator, the next 2 as the receivers coach, and the final pair as the tight ends coach. Daboll has been the Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator since 2018. His work with Josh Allen in 2020 was truly off-the-chart stuff. The 2018 first-round pick went from inconsistent and turnover-prone to MVP caliber in 2020. Daboll fully maximized Allen's skill set. He turned Stephon Diggs into the NFL's top receiver and helped Buffalo capture a division title and its first AFC title game appearance in 27 years. If Allen and the Bills' offense continue to dominate in 2021, Sean McDermott will probably need to find a new OC for 2022. Because it's hard to believe that teams will continue to allow Daboll to fly under the radar. He was interviewed for the Jets and Los Angeles Chargers head coaching positions in 2021 after all. But what other NFL assistants will soon get head coaching jobs? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.